Interesting question for you. If your current life was a scene in a movie, um, what kind of soundtrack would you add to it? How would it sound? Dramatic, pop, rock, upbeat? Um, I was sitting at a coffee shop this morning, and believe it or not, I only recently gotten Spotify Premium. Before that, I had most of my music on a computer that got really severely water damaged when I was in Hawaii, so I had to kind of uh, I didn't feel like doing the going back and grabbing getting the all my music library. So I'm still waiting for my hard drive, my backup of my computer to arrive. It's currently in a container. Should arrive in a month or so. But yeah, I thought I'd grab like Spotify Premium so I can actually stream the music I want instead of just relying on my computer on my stored files. And I was thinking a lot about, I was sitting in that coffee shop, and I was looking at, okay, what do I like? Oh, what artists should I look for? What should I search? I'm still kind of building my Spotify libraries, so there's quite a few things missing, and I was like, okay, who do I actually listen to? What do I listen to? What do I like? What kind of playlist do I want to create of different music genres? And I was thinking about music a lot. I was just like completely zoned out and in my music likes, and I was watching people having coffee, having discussions. I had my earplug, like my AirPods in, noise canceled. So I was like in that zone. I was zoning out on my music and watching other people live their lives. And I had a similar experience maybe a couple of weeks ago, where I was in that, I was reflecting on energetic embodiment and whether music could be integral, could be critical, or could at least help you um, going through various experiences, or facilitating embodiment by just that. Music is such an interesting thing. I'm not sure when it was created, when humans started to create rhythm, create beats, create instruments. But isn't music that fascinating thing that can just trigger emotions, whether you relate it to particular movies, particular other things, but just the music itself, the rhythm, like it is kind of a transcending thing. It's like it's that art is really intrinsic to humans, right? I mean, I'm not sure what kind of relationships you have to music, what kind of role it plays in your life, whether you love music, whether you it's kind of entertaining to you, but yeah, whether there's music or not, it doesn't really matter too much. But to me, it's like this medium that can trigger such intense emotions. And I've been thinking about this a lot, not just now, not just in the last few weeks, but like over the last few years, actually, or potentially decades. Because my music likes, like I spread a lot of different genres, um, and definitely throughout my life there were phases in my life where I was attracted to particular music that was reflecting or representing the energetic states or the mental states I was in. That was kind of, I was able to go deeper. If you're sad, you can actually, like, let's go real big time into sadness, and actually listen to sad music. Or if you're happy, like same thing, like you just listen to happy music, and it could kind of potentiates whatever you're in there. And you can obviously choose a different style of music, so it gets you out of a particular energetic state. um, but there's definitely phases in my life where I was really listening deeply to a particular music genre that was reflecting my life circumstances at the time. And then as I was transitioning out of a particular life, part of my life, I almost felt like, well, I don't want to go back there. So even though I still like the music, it still kind of pulls me back into that energetic state I'm not longer resonating with. So at I had these stages where I just dumped a whole bunch of music, artists, genres, and just like, nah, I don't want to listen to that anymore. Although the music itself was still, I really much enjoyed it, but I didn't want it to kind of drag me back into an energetic state that wasn't there anymore for me. It wasn't resonating for me anymore. So I always thought about, is that actually a thing, and what does it mean if you, I know for a fact there's a few people that have a particular music genre and they stick to it almost their entire life, whether it's classical, whether it's hard rock. And I was wondering what does that mean? I don't seem to follow that pattern at all. Um, does it mean that music is just what they like, but they don't use it as a reflection, or it doesn't mean anything else beyond, oh, I just like that kind of music, and it kind of, I like, I enjoy listening to that style of music, and it's like an entertainment, but it's not as, it doesn't have that deeper of a meaning for them, that they kind of are emotionally relating to the music. I don't know. I'm not sure whether it makes sense what I'm saying, but I'm just comparing how what my relationship to music is as compared to other people. Um, and I definitely think that you can, for me, I don't want to call it a tool, but because like music is so much more than a tool, but I feel that I can use it as a tool sometimes to just transcend or to transmute a particular energy, or if I want to pierce through it or transcend it, I need to go deeper and deeper, and music helps me go deeper in a particular energetic states, and then I can perhaps go out the other side. Um, so for me, like music is something I can't even put words on it. It's just almost that different dimension. It's like, well, of course it's audition, right? You hear it, so that it has that particular sense, human sense, engaged. But it's this, I I feel that resonance with it. So for me, I'm kind of weird in that sense where I cannot just jive to any type of music. If you go to clubs and there's kind of common hits, like, or just like the blockbusters of the week, of the year, common artists, that sell a lot of records, and everyone's just like jiving to it. I'm like, if that music doesn't resonate with me, it just leaves me emotionless. I cannot really dance to it or get excited about it. There's nothing that resonates with me. For me, it has to resonate, and then I can kind of go deeper in it and express it with with human emotions, with human excitements. But I don't have that. Oh yeah, let's go to a dance club and just listen just to dance music in general. Like even in even with particular genres, there's just like songs that deeply resonate with me and other songs that don't resonate with me at all. Music is something quite sacred for me. It has such a depth, or allows me to have an experience of such depth that it has that sacredness attached to it. Music is something very, very special to me. Um, and I'm definitely one of the people who can have goosebumps. I heard, and I'm not sure whether that's actually true. Like, let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you. But I heard that people can get the type of people that can get goosebumps when they listen to music, and other people just can never get goosebumps when they listen to music. I can definitely get goosebumps. I can if I'm in a state. If I want it, I can actually use music to cry. So as an energetic release, I can use it as that tool. Um, so I have this very very strong bond to music, um, and I use it, yes, sporadically for energetic release, um, and it's just, I'm not sure whether it's 100% related to empathy, whether empathic people who can sense another person's energy, who can put themselves in another person's shoes. It's almost like I can be the music. That's the most accurate definition of it. And by being, again, there's this type of music or particular songs that I don't resonate with. So there's this attraction to particular music where I just naturally resonate with, and that's why I can fully embody it, and then I can embody the energy. So if it's sad music, melancholic music, it will bring me to tears because I'm in a high, I'm in that thing. I'm in it. I'm it. And sometimes I actually seek that. I want that. It kind of, I really, if I feel tension, I haven't been working too much, I'm too much in my head, and I really want that energetic connection and release, I can use music to do that. And I think it's such a gift to be able to have that. I really, I really sense that it's a gift. So music, although, well, I can drive with it, I can use it as entertainment if I'm driving or something like that. I can just listen to the radio, and I'm in a different listening mode then. If I'm just in the radio, although if there's stuff I'm not resonating with, I have to switch it off. I cannot listen to things too loud. Or I can put it really on low volume, and I can have it as a background noise. But music that doesn't really fully resonate with me, it's hard for me to listen to if it's at a higher volume level. Um, so yeah, I was reflecting quite a bit today about that, and particularly reflecting if other people are the same, or if I'm just an outlier, if there are other people that are part of that outlier group, of how they relate to music. Um, and as I mentioned, my likes are across music genres. I can have I love sometimes just instrumental music, or sometimes I listen to binaural beats type of music that puts me in a particular brain state. I listen to rock, I listen to pop, and across all those genres, I listen to trance. I grew up on trance music, so that was the first. I think trance music was the first experience with music where I felt like I'm almost in a transcended state, where I felt that connection. That depends really on the generations, trans. I'm not sure how in or out it is, but you can definitely see a lot of Gen X people that still have that connection and make it known to other people that they have that connection to trance music. And I think that's something that I will carry to the rest of my life. That it had that first. It was the genre where that first connection, where I felt that emotion. Yeah, that was something quite special. So I go across music genre, but again, it's within each genre. It's particular artists, particular songs that I could listen to on repeat. Sometimes I'll just sit in the car if I have if I know I can kind of zone out, and I don't know, I have to sit in the car for an hour to drive somewhere. I can, if I have that sense that, or I have this intuition, oh yeah, that song would be cool. I can put it literally on repeat for an hour, and I have no problem with that whatsoever, because it's not that entertaining. It doesn't have it doesn't have to have that entertaining factor. For me, it's this energetic embodiment. So if I want to be in a particular state, I can listen to the same music, to the same song on repeat, because what I'm seeking is that particular energy. and my mind almost doesn't care, doesn't notice, and doesn't record the fact that, well, hang on, like we're listening to the same shit. No, it's like, no, we are in a particular state, and that music supports being in a state like that. So there again, I no clue. I definitely know that some people can listen to music on repeat, but I'm pretty sure it would annoy the shit out of others. What are you talking about? You're listening to that song for an hour. I almost love it to zone out on particular music. Oof, there's something very special in there. And I'm not sure what it means. I think it's just that empathy, that energetic embodiment, being able to feel energies, and it goes way beyond entertainment. It's like you feel it, you are it, and there's no need for the entertaining part of it. It's not that casual listening thing. It's I mean, it's not, maybe it's a bad analogy, but it's also a bit like psychedelics. You know, some people use it for just being joyful and being entertained and having a good time. I tend to, and that perhaps relates to my part of my nature as a Capricorn, to use it as a tool, not to work, but as a tool for achieving something. I just love it. It's just, and music is one of these tools that are so potent. Eh, and and coming back to the original question I asked you, you know, if you had to put a soundtrack on your current life circumstances, because I'm in that big transition phase in my life, you know, where I'm transitioning out of my hardcore academic job, although it's still in the background. I'm moving into that more mind based, mm, well, kind of healer line of work, where it's more being in the moment, being attentive to my intuition, working through the particular challenges that my mind poses in that moment, being not thinking too much about the future, about finances, and about all these things, and that's where the idea of, you know, putting a soundtrack on your life kind of helps me in particular situations where my mind is particularly challenging, perhaps, or I'm too much in my mind instead of being in the moment and fully embodied energetically. And if I put particular music on that speaks to that particular state where you are, it's such an intense energetic state where you have this duality of the mind and your higher self moving through a challenging situation when everything's uncertain, you have no certainty, the mind has nowhere to grasp, like there's nothing to grasp, there's nothing to hold on to, it's all, you're in the air, you're in the ether, and being in the mode of energetically attracting your next phase, the next people you need in your life, the next things, the next tools, skills, teachings, whatever it is. We're in that phase where you attract. If I put like music that reflects that, a lot of instrumental stuff and a lot of sometimes electronic stuff, or binaural beats, or music of particular frequency, it helps me. It helps me move through that. So again, more like a tool of helping me embodying what I need to embody right now. And if I'm smart about it, it's well, I still need to pay attention not to use it as a cop out, as I don't want to be in this moment, I don't want to be present, so I'm just going to use something to zone out. So I need to be very careful. So although it has to resonate with that thing, I need to be mindful not to use it um, as a tool for escapism and not wanting to be in the present moment. So I still need to be mindful about it, but it helps me. It helps me stay in that particular frequency and energy that I'm moving through currently. So, I mean, how are you using music? You know, I'm wondering. I'm really curious about people with whom that message would resonate. How are you using music? What are you listening to? Um, does it help you? Do you use it as a coping mechanism? Um, what kind of genres are you listening to? Are you getting goosebumps from it? Can you cry with it? Yeah. I can I I can only wish that you have the same relationship to music, that very special bond to music as I have, because it's something special. It's something special to experience that, and it also, the fact that I have this relationship with music. There's this tremendous gratitude for the artists and the music that I deeply resonate with, because they must have, and a lot of them would agree with me. You know, it's artists typically channel their art. You know, it comes from somewhere, and I resonate with that, and I have this deep gratitude for them having followed the path of channeling that, so that people like me can use it. So it's like a tremendous help, and I wouldn't be able to create that music, even the one that resonates so deeply with me. I'm not channeling it. I'm not the creator of that, but I'm so grateful for the ones that have created that, and for the joy, the energy, for everything goes beyond names that it provides for other people. It's a tremendous art. There, of course, like the music industry is the music industry, right? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of low energy type of stuff in the music energy in the music industry, like no doubt about it. But I'm so grateful for the artists there who have channeled those creations, um, and it gives me a greater sense of union. There's something there. How come someone puts something in the world, manifests that into reality, and then there's this deep connection with other people? I think there's something to be said there, like a spiritual. I don't want to put spirituality on the spirituality stamp on everything, you know, but it's just my experience. It's just my experience, and that depth is goes beyond anything traditional, normal, physical, 3D like. And that's why I use the word spiritual. You can use another word, but there's a higher level connection there, um, where I can only express my gratitude for things like that being there, and me, and my gratitude for being able to experience them. And if I had only one wish, is to create something that other people may relate to, find helpful. So the next phase of my life will be a channeling exercise, whether it's to help people or to put out content. Um, and I can only trust that, and I think that's something that Bashar once channeled, is if you feel something has to come out of you, it is because other people will use it or need it. So you should never second guess whatever you wanna, whatever feels like needs to come out of you, whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's text, whether it's anything. It doesn't matter what you are here to create. That sense that you have that it has to come out, it is your natural gift. It's your natural purpose to channel that. That intrinsically carries the signal that it wouldn't be like that if no one would need it. And I think that's a beautiful way to encapsulate that and to think about this. Never, never put a veto on never use your mind as a, never let your mind be the bully it can be, and cancel whatever wants to come out of you. Never let your mind or your ego block whatever your soul came here to do. It would be just such a shame, and it may take a while. It took me decades, and I think it was decades with purpose. There was things that I had to experience and learn before am in a position to do what I'm supposed to do. So everything has purpose. Don't get me wrong. Never try. If you don't feel it, if it doesn't come naturally, there might be a waiting period. Everything in divine timing. But never let your mind be in the way of your soul's purpose. And I think that's what I wanted to channel or communicate today. This intense connection with music that I hope many of you share with me, because it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing. So will be a while until I have a decent Spotify playlist, until everything is back where it needs to be on Spotify instead of my computer. But I'm really deeply enjoying the process, because as I'm going through everything, and then you get these might be things for you, or people that like that also like other things, and then suddenly I come across things that I haven't listened in maybe a decade or two, and brings about these emotions. So now I feel that sometimes I can relate back to what happened maybe decades ago, and it doesn't have that energetic weight it might have had at the time. It doesn't have that energetic pull, but music is just this medium that lets you travel. It's almost like energetic travel, isn't it? So let me know what's the soundtrack for you right now. That would be really interesting. Take care, everyone. Much love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.